All right, welcome back to Estradanary Conversations, the Ruben Estrada Show. I'm here with my good friend Kameron Garrett. What's up, man?
Yeah, how's it going? Appreciate you having me on.
Yeah, thanks for coming on.
Of course.
So, so with it being a new year, what's new?
What's new? Well, just personally, there's career changes going on in my life. Looking for whatever the next step's gonna be.
Ooh, tell me more about that.
Yeah. Decided to step away from ownership at my prior company. Just too many personal problems with my partners. And it was just starting to take its toll on me personally. I'd have to use up almost all my patience at work, and so then I'm coming home, and my wife and my daughter aren't getting the best parts of me anymore. They kind of get stuck with what's left, and that's not fair to them. So yeah, looking for whatever is going to be the next step in a career. I have a lot of varied interests. So like there's stuff in like aviation, there's stuff in like law enforcement, there's stuff in recreational sports. There's a bunch of feelers out there.
Tell me about the aviation. You want to be a pilot, or?
I wish I could be a pilot. That's just too expensive now.
Oh,
go to pilot school and get all the hours and all that.
Yeah.
I would love to, but that's a little tough when you're already established with a family and things like that.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's just a big time commitment.
Yeah.
No, just more with one of the big airlines. Just either customer service or like flight attendant too. My dad's a flight attendant, so I kind of know a little bit of the ins and outs of what that looks like. And I mean, we love to travel. So
how would it feel like to be like have an office in the sky?
Yeah, that's what he does. He goes to work in a big metal tube. That's what my dad says.
That's cool. I like that.
But I mean, I got my sense of travel from him for sure, and my love for it.
Yeah.
Because even when he's traveling by himself and just has like layovers, like he's out exploring, seeing places, trying new food. I'm like, yeah, that sounds fun.
Yeah. Wow. I don't know if I could do that. I mean, being in a kind of a smaller space.
Yeah.
I mean, 8, 10, 12, maybe 15-hour day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It can happen. I mean, you can have short days. You can just do one flight in a day and that's it. That's your day.
Okay.
But you also get paid per hour. So
yeah.
You don't necessarily always want to do just one flight in a day, or else you're not bringing a whole lot home.
Right.
But yeah, and then obviously there's a big customer service aspect to it too.
Yeah. You think you're good at that?
I think so. Unfortunately.
But you're used to people yelling at you. So yeah. Yes, so we'll get into that too. Yeah. I think you'd be really good at that.
Yeah. The only thing that would be interesting would just be obviously the time away from home.
Yeah.
Which in general, like my dad's he works 12 to 15 days a month because it's generally 3-day trips at a time. So it's 4 or 5 3-day trips. And if, you compare to a normal 9 to 5 office job, and you're working 20 days a month.
Right.
So you're working it's just obviously a very varied schedule.
But that also counts the overnights too, right? So
yes,
okay,
correct. Yeah. So you do a 3-day trip and you do 2 to 4 flights a day.
Okay.
Each of those 3 days.
Okay. Well, yeah, it's tough with the little one.
It is, and another one on the way.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Number 2.
Oh, wow. Yes.
Yeah. There's a lot of conversations that happen between Brooklyn and I.
Yeah.
As far as, next steps and what's right for our family.
Wow. How do you like being a dad?
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
It's fun majority of the time. Majority of the time, she's a little over 2 now, a couple months over 2.
Yeah.
So I mean, she's just running around like crazy. We're in full potty training mode.
Oh yeah.
So pants have been off at home on weekends.
Yep. Had some cleanups. Oh yeah.
Our fair share on our second bottle of carpet cleaner. Yes.
You're like, maybe we'll get some wood floors or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Brooklyn and I will just be hanging out, and then we won't hear Mavis for a while. And we gotta go find her.
So she's doing the whole hiding and doing her thing.
Especially
Yeah.
with number 2.
Oh,
Definitely
yeah.
hiding,
Oh.
But that's all right. She's getting it. She's picking it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're very proud of her.
Yeah.
It's a process.
Yeah.
Especially for not having to go through it before.
Yeah.
It's
That's
a
right.
process for us too.
That's right. So how do you think she's going to do with the new one?
Well, she's still convinced it's going to be a sister. And it's going to be a boy. We already know that. But we ask her all the time, like, okay, we try to put it in there. Like, oh, your baby brother's in mom's belly, or are you excited?
Oh, you're dropping hints.
Yes.
Yeah.
And always making sure we put in their boy. And she always says, no, sister. Okay, we'll work on it.
Yeah, we get her like a boy doll. Yeah, you start training her like that.
There we go.
So,
There we go. That's not a bad idea.
Cool.
But I think she's gonna do all right. Luckily she wasn't the only one for too long.
Mm-hmm.
But she definitely knows that right now she's the center of attention.
Yeah.
And so she's not gonna love when it gets shifted off of her.
Yeah, you got your work cut out for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, so a boy and a girl and a boy.
Yeah.
That's who could ask for anything else than that? I mean, gee, took me a little while. I got 2 older daughters, and then my son, and then 2 younger daughters. So, my genes are not made for bringing males into the world.
I didn't think mine were either.
Yeah.
I didn't think so. I've got a sister. I've got 6 aunts.
Okay. Yeah.
I have 1 uncle.
Mm-hmm.
But 6 aunts, girl cousin. That's it. I just been surrounded by females my whole life. So I thought, well, that's what I'm destined for.
Growing up with a lot of women, does that change you a little bit? I mean, how does that help you?
I think it helped.
Yeah.
You get to hear a lot of the inside scoop of stuff and kind of, I mean, obviously everyone's got their own personality and things like that, but kind of a little bit of how the female brain works, and because they're wired completely different than we are. We don't have enough
time on this podcast to go there, but just joking.
You need a lot of experts too. Or if you're looking at the male side too, we're our own. We're
a weird
set
bunch.
of problems.
That's true. We are weird. Yeah. But no, that's exciting. So you're thinking maybe aviation, and what are the other options?
Law enforcement.
Okay.
Yep. Looking into that. That's always been kind of a nugget that's like been in the back of my head since I was like a little boy.
Yeah. Like a police officer?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
Do you think like detective or?
Maybe eventually.
Yeah.
I mean, I love the idea of getting to like work with people though, and generally work like for people.
Like serve?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Like serving and helping people out. And it's a very interesting time to be in and around law enforcement.
It is.
The last couple of years. But I think it's important to kind of, I don't know, bring a little bit of the human aspect to that for people. We
need good police officers.
Yeah, and bring a different approach to it. Yeah. Because I think there are definitely some aspects of that job and that industry that need a little bit of change.
I agree with that. Yeah. Do you think you can handle the stress of that and not like bring it home?
That it would be a challenge for sure. And I mean, that's without even actually knowing a lot of the ins and outs and what day to day could look like.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, anytime you're working with people, it becomes challenging.
Mm-hmm.
But then in that kind of capacity to, sometimes not bring it home.
Yeah.
It would be,
Yeah. I mean, because you said you kind of have brought that with your last career,
right.
And then this would be like serious stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. You'd see a lot of stuff that people don't see, and hear a lot of stuff that people don't normally hear or shouldn't hear.
Right.
And that can be
a lot of kid stuff. You got small kids, so it's like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. There's been a lot of heavy conversations between Brooklyn and I. And then, I mean, I also just go to like therapy individually. And so just bringing that up there of like, okay, what are some tools to just handle that and work on that? And, is it something that I want to do? Because there's a lot that goes with it. It's not just clocking in and doing your 8 hours and then you're going to go home.
Yeah. I have some good friends that are in that industry. That's tough.
Hmm.
Yeah. It takes a different kind of person. Um, it takes a very understanding spouse.
Yeah.
It is definitely a group effort. And yeah, I mean, if that's the path, then that's the path.
Right.
So
Yeah. I mean, I'm just gonna kind of again put those things out there and kind of see what direction, like, God kind of wants
yeah,
me to go
yeah, yeah.
because he's in charge anyway.
Right.
So
Right.
it's
Yeah.
just
He controls the bullets.
hmm
Right. So,
hmm
um, well, I think you'll be good at whatever you choose. I mean, so did this love of serving like come from your upbringing, or is that like,
Mm, I don't know. I think it really came from when I met Brooklyn, my wife.
oh,
Um,
how did you guys meet?
we met through some mutual friends. A friend of mine was dating a friend of hers. She was too young at the time.
Huh?
I didn't know that when we first started. It was a little summer fling, summer love. She chooses not to mention that she's 15 at the time, and I was 18.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
She didn't bring that up once, and I just assumed because all the other friends we were with were about my age,
Older.
so I just assumed she was too.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then it comes out a couple months later. It's like, well, can't be together right now. Like you're still in high school. Like I'm in college now. Like again, 3 years apart. Like
yeah.
I think she was a sophomore at the time.
Okay.
Like, that's
okay.
we're not.
Yeah.
And then 3 years later, we just ran into each other at like a friend's Halloween party.
Oh.
She made it real easy. She put her number in my phone.
Done deal. Like, yeah, that's a sign.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Her name is still in there exactly how she typed it in. Brooklyn Beautiful with 2 hearts.
Oh man.
Haven't changed it since.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And then we've been together since then. So that's 12 and a half years ago now.
So did she end up going to the same college that you were going to, or how did that work out?
We kind of. I went to CU Denver and she went to Metro. So I mean they share
right there. Yeah.
share the same campus.
Right.
You're doing all the buildings are the same.
Yeah.
You're just different name that's at the top of the piece of paper.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah. What'd you go to school for?
I started school. I wanted to be a pharmacist. Got into pharmacy school and realized I'm not as serious about it as everyone else is. Like I don't.
Is it pretty competitive?
It's competitive just because the pay is pretty good.
Sure.
You don't have to go to like medical school.
Okay.
You got to go to pharmacy school, but that's only 5 years compared to like 8 or whatever to become a doctor. And it's fairly easy, relatively speaking.
Yeah.
Fairly
easy to make a sale, or because people need, medication.
Right.
Right. So,
exactly. Yeah. So it's a job that's always going to be there.
Right. Right.
Because it's healthcare.
Right.
But I just wasn't. I was just like, wow, you guys are like really serious about this, and like I'm not. And I don't. And I was also like, I don't think I could do this for the rest of my life. Just like, it depends what capacity you're working in, but just stand behind a counter for 8 hours a day and put these pills in that bottle, these pills in that bottle.
Is there a lot of traveling too?
Doesn't have to be. There can be if you want.
Yeah.
But if not, you can just work at King Soopers and work at the pharmacy there.
Okay. 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 Wow.
But yeah, so then I switched and I got my bachelor's in political science because politics is extremely interesting to me. But I knew I didn't want anything to do with it.
Why?
I don't want to get into politics. That's.
But if it's interesting, is it like studying politics?
Yeah, studying it, and especially just like in different cultures of just like, all right, what makes it where the American political system is so different than that of Europe, and how have we gotten so ingrained in our just like our 2-party way that we have in America, and just the things that have shaped each party and how they've kind of changed their stance on different things, and just I find it so interesting.
Well, what is it like in Europe?
In Europe, it's a lot more representative based. So like, say there's 5 people running, or say there's 500 spots in their Congress or whatever, and 10% of the population votes for this party, well, then they're going to get 10% of the 500 spots. They're going to get 50
Oh.
spots. It's very representative.
Oh, that's cool.
It's not just like a winner take all.
Oh, okay.
And there's like quite a few more parties that are in it. And it's just kind of more proportion based to
wow.
the amount of votes that you get.
That's interesting. So is there like a president?
Depends on the country, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
There's usually still a president.
Okay.
Most European ones. Queen or a king if you're in England.
Okay.
It's really just there for
who
pictures.
do you think has the best government?
Oh, the best government. I mean, I don't know. I'm inclined to say, America.
It's still the best.
I think so. I mean, there's plenty of flaws in our system, in a multitude of ways. But yeah, I think so.
Still represents the people pretty well.
I think pretty well.
Yeah,
I think pretty well. I do wish there was a little more options with just two parties. Because people got to really try to fit in boxes to be in one of those two parties.
Yeah.
And we're all people, so we vary a lot in a lot of different ways.
It's true. So in the other countries, do you see like more independence?
I think you just see a bigger spectrum. So instead of just like Democrat or Republican, you can have someone who maybe is more fiscally conservative, but more liberal on like social issues.
Oh.
So you'd kind of fall a little more in the middle. Or someone who's just very concerned about just fiscal stuff. And so you just want someone who focuses on just that. So that's who you vote for. And they get to represent and try to do their part to represent you.
Yeah. That's something I haven't studied. It's very interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, every country just does it a little different though, too.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I like that.
I found that stuff just super interesting to look at.
Yeah.
So, but I knew
But no desire.
No.
Like not even a small level.
No,
like,
I did an internship with a state senator because you had to. So I did that for my last semester. And that was just at the Capitol here. And it's like, oh, this is fun, but no.
Wow.
No, I don't want to do this.
Not even a mayor? Like, I could see a mayor, Thornton.
A mayor, maybe a city council or something. Okay. School board.
Yeah, school board.
I think you still have to be elected for that.
Yeah.
Coroner. You got to elect the coroner?
Ooh. I wouldn't want to be coroner. Yeah.
I didn't even know that was an elected thing. I thought you just...
I did know that, but yeah, I wouldn't want to be... Ew.
Yeah.
You see some stuff there.
Yeah.
Like, you got to be a different person.
Yes.
Like I see the movies and you're like the coroner's like eating a sandwich on like a corpse.
Yeah, and there's just like dead people all around.
Yeah, like they're so immune to it.
Mm-hmm. Ooh. And then, the smells, I'm sure.
Oh, damn. This is not a you can't do the smells on the podcast.
No, good thing.
I feel like it smells like formaldehyde or something like that.
Yeah, probably just all the time. Just
all the time.
Super sterile and
ugh. Yeah. Goodness, and figuring out how people passed away and
no idea of a good time.
No. So you're talking law enforcement, aviation. What was the other one?
Recreational sports.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what I got my master's in, was management and organization in the sports and entertainment industry.
So like, give me a position that you go after.
So like what I did for 6 years was ran the intramural and the club sports program at Metro.
Oh,
is what I did.
Okay.
So you could do it at kind of the collegiate level. Most colleges, especially big ones, they have an intramural sports program. And some of those get to be really big.
Yeah.
CU's is really big.
Mm-hmm.
They do basketball twice each semester, and they shoot for 100 teams each time.
That's a big organization.
And that's just the one sport. You have like flag football and softball and the one-time events like a Madden tournament or something that you're going to put on. And yeah.
What are some of the challenges there? I mean, just the size and organization. And do they pay to play, or how does that work?
It depends on the school. I mean, like, for instance, I can speak to Metro for sure. That was really hard to try to grow our intramural sports program because it's a commuter campus. Most kids going to college can't afford to live downtown anywhere, let alone downtown Denver.
Yep.
And so people who are going to Metro live, up in Longmont and as far down south as Castle Rock.
Mm-hmm.
And they go in on their 2 or 3 days a week that they have classes, and then they go home.
Right.
And if they're done with class at 3, why do they want to stick
They're
around
not
until
sticking
7
around. Right.
and play basketball when
Yeah.
you can just join the men's league at, Thornton Rec
Right.
instead?
Yep.
Let's just do that because that's 5 minutes from home.
Mm-hmm.
So that was always the big challenge for us, was recruiting people to play.
Yeah.
So that just eventually became where it was like, well, there's just not much opportunity for growth.
You can't fix that.
We'll try a bunch of different approaches to it. We'll make it where it's free. You don't even have to pay to play. Like we just want you to play and be involved with the school and meet other students and stuff like that. And just the incentive isn't there.
Yeah.
And then, just class schedules. Some people are only there 2 days a week. They just go Monday, Wednesday, and they just go for 6 hours each of those days. And so then they don't want to come down on a day off too.
Yeah.
If games are on Tuesday nights or something.
Right. So does that limit your market as far as like a need?
Yeah. Yeah, it really did, which is tough because you have 3 schools that share that campus downtown, that share our area. You have Community College of Denver, Metro, and CU Denver. Between those 3, you have almost 100,000 students between those 3 schools.
Gee.
You have like 40,000 more than go to CU.
Wow.
We shoot for 6 basketball teams in our program. All we need is 30 people to play basketball. And it was a struggle.
Yeah.
Just the makeup, that kind of campus and setup, you have a lot of people who are, older and just trying to go back to school, finish up a degree, add another degree. People who, already have a job, but they're trying to get this degree for a promotion or change their industries, or they already have a family. And so they're coming back. Metro works a lot with like veterans. So people who had served in the military. Wanted to be kind of done overseas or on a base. So they work a lot with veterans.
Honorably discharged where they just need to go back and sure.
And then you'll have the traditional college student, 18 to 20-year-old, but then again, they're living in downtown Denver.
Right.
Because you can't afford that.
Right.
So
probably living at home and then just commuting in. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, that's tough. So you'd have to go to more of a university that's campus.
Yes, a little more campus.
Living on campus. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's challenging. But
yeah, I mean, I love kind of the recreational sports side of things. I mean, I love sports. If I can be around that. And again, even that provides an opportunity to kind of serve the community.
Sure.
And offer resources and enjoyable things to do. Even if it's just, little peewee soccer and little 4-year-olds running around or an intense basketball league or something like that.
Where do you think we fall short with community sports? I mean, is there a problem with it?
I don't think it's necessarily like the programs that are offered. I think there is, in general, a problem in a way. I just don't think it's hard to pinpoint it. I think just a lot of just the way the world works now. I mean, we can be so connected to other people that are very far away from us through technology with phones and social media and things like that. That sometimes it seems less. It's a little more boring to do things that are like right there next to you.
Yeah. As opposed to when I grew up, you didn't have that phone. It's like if you wanted to see something, you got to go see it live. Yep.
Right.
But now it's like I can sit at home and somebody can do a live and I can watch it.
Right.
So,
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not that connection. There's not energy there. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's kind of the big thing. And so it just makes it where people don't want to necessarily sometimes get involved in something that's a little more local. Unless you have someone else that that's doing it.
Wow.
So if you don't have those people that are reaching out and trying to get you to be like, hey, we need someone else to play basketball tonight, then
right.
You know,
yeah,
it can be a little intimidating to go out on your own.
True. Too. But then it could actually be easier because you'd be like, put it on social. You're like, hey, we need one more.
Right. True.
And it hits thousands as opposed to,
right.
somebody that you just know in your circle.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, yeah. Okay. So if you could wave the magic wand, I mean, what would you pick?
Depends on the day. Gosh. I don't know. I don't know if I have some kind of form of like ADHD or something, but my interests again they're so varied. They're so out there. It's like some days it's like, oh, I'd love to just have a desk job. And I know what I'm doing every day.
Yeah.
And it's just simple.
Yeah.
And then other days I'm like, no, I want to do something different every single time. And I want to do something, intense.
Yeah.
Like law enforcement can be.
Yep.
And then other times like, no, I just want to travel and I want to meet people and I want to see different places. So I don't know. I need a big magic wand to just do all three.
What did you want to be when you were like a kid? I mean, was it law enforcement? You wanted to be a police officer? Law enforcement
was in there. Law enforcement and firefighter. Kind of the somewhat typical like little boy thing of like, because those are the cool cars that have flashing lights.
Yeah, you run red lights.
Yeah,
exactly. Go as fast as you want.
That's what everyone tells me. It's like, don't do law enforcement. Just be a firefighter.
Yeah,
like so much easier. So much less stressful.
Yeah, unless you look at LA.
You look at LA. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we're experiencing that. My daughter's home for the weekend and she lives right in Brentwood, so it's like right there. Right. So she's like 2 houses away from mandatory evacuation and it's a mess.
Yeah.
It's a mess. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
So we didn't even get into how we met. I mean, we met on the court. I mean, we did meet on the court.
I knew your wife though before
that is weird. Yeah,
just a weird connection.
Yeah. When she told me she was working with you, I was like, I know that guy. If it's the same guy, and then we talked. I think at maybe an area meeting or something like that, and we're like, we put the connection
just
together.
Completely random.
It's just random. Yeah. So, but how's that going? I mean, you're D1 now, right? I mean, where are you at with this?
Not yet. Not yet. Working on it.
Okay.
Working on it. But I'm in 3 Division II leagues.
Okay.
For basketball.
Okay. How is that basketball, by the way?
It is. It's good. It's good. Yes, the majority of it is very good.
Yeah.
To be perfectly honest, there's better athletes that go to JUCO than go to D2.
Okay.
In my opinion.
Yeah.
Division II is way more structured. And that's a lot of it has to do with money.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot more funding there.
Yep.
Especially in Colorado, just the way that community colleges are kind of funded and the way that the athletics work.
So you're saying like for scholarships?
For scholarships, for facilities, for coaches, and there's even just like, I mean, most junior colleges, like maybe they'll have an assistant coach. But maybe not because there's no money there.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna offer someone what, like $15,000 to help me out and you got to live in Lamar, Colorado.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna pass.
Yeah. Gotcha.
So yeah, so Division II, it's a lot more structured, nicer facilities, even just like the training that the students get, things like that. But I think there's more athletes at the junior college level.
Yeah. Well, who was the Lakers draft?
Dalton Connect.
Yeah. Did he go JUCO or D2? So JUCO.
I saw him for 2 years.
Did you?
He didn't look like he does now. I'll tell you that. There's the reason that was his only option coming out of Prairie View.
Oh, okay.
I mean, all the credit to him. He grew himself.
He worked his butt off.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
He put in a ton of work. But seeing him at NJC up in Sterling, you did not think
he would make it to the NBA?
No.
Wow.
Not a chance.
Wow.
No.
So he just went like this. I mean,
I mean,
he blew up.
He had two good years of learning and figuring out college basketball and getting bigger in junior college. And then he went to UNC in Greeley for 2 more years.
No, I didn't know that he had the UNC connection.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, he went there for 2 years. And
who was his coach at UNC?
At UNC, I believe it's the current guy whose name is Steve Smiley.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So he helped them out, I bet. I mean,
yeah.
Yeah.
And then, luckily COVID happened. So he got a COVID year in there, which gives him that 5th year to go to Tennessee and absolutely put himself on the map.
Wow. Dang.
Yeah.
That's always cool to see local kids
very much
make
so.
it. Yeah.
Yes. Especially, we have very good athletes in Colorado in a lot of different sports, but we're not really known.
We're not.
We have a Chauncey Billups, and then 20 years later, we'll have a Dalton Connect. 25 years later, we don't, we don't have a big name like a California or Texas where we have someone every single year.
True. Yeah. Well, and those states are so big, so there's so many people.
Yes,
you're numbers game. It's just you're going to see more. But that's that's awesome. Yeah, when they got drafted, I think we were watching the draft, and it was like, dang, that's a local guy.
I know.
Went to school right down the street.
Yeah.
And made it.
And yeah.
And is doing well.
Yeah. I'm a Lakers fan too.
Oh no. We should have known that before we asked you to come on the podcast. Are you a LeBron fan?
Just because he's on the Lakers.
Oh, okay.
When he was in Cleveland, Miami, no.
Okay. No. But Lakers, you like old time Lakers, like Magic Johnson, James Worthy.
I mean, Kobe's the best of all time.
Yeah.
But it's because I lived in LA in 4th and 5th grade, which is when I started playing like organized basketball.
Okay. Yeah.
And that was 2000, 2001. So that's Kobe and Shaq and Robert Horry, and like that's their three-peat. And I was hooked.
Are you a Shaq fan?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Wow. Didn't know that about you.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. We're in LA.
Redondo Beach.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So right near the airport.
Yeah. I spent some time there. I stayed out there, and it's an interesting area. I mean, it's
it's changed a lot.
It's very urban.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a lot of money in California. In general,
there is. Yeah.
It's a crazy amount of money that's there now. And
my dream is to get to Newport Beach.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's a good dream.
Yeah. It's way out there.
But it's there. It's there. That's what counts. Yeah. I still have some aunts who live in Long Beach.
Okay. Yep.
And then my mom lives up in the Bay Area.
Yeah. And I told you I was born there.
Yeah.
But
you want to go to Newport?
Yeah, I'm a Southern guy. Southern California. Yeah.
Warm and sunny.
Yeah. Oh.
Just very different than Northern California.
It's totally different. It's two different worlds.
Yeah.
Yeah. The area where I was, I didn't say I grew up there, but I was 8 when we moved out here. So, what I remember is maybe not the best, although I was a kid, so I didn't really know any better, but it's just a lot of crime, not able to play outside and be a kid. It's that kind of stuff. Yeah. So I was happy my mom moved us out here, and different lifestyle. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So could have took a different path for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately, a lot of opportunities presented to take a different path.
Right. So where did you go after LA?
We were living out here.
Okay.
Moved there because we have family there, and then just came back.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yeah.
Didn't even change elementary schools when we came back. Same one that I was at when I left.
Okay. And where did you grow up here?
In kind of like the Broomfield area.
Oh, okay. Yes. So this is home then.
This is home.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Mm-hmm. But we moved a lot in childhood. Yes.
Did you do Broomfield High?
I did.
Oh,
I did.
Okay.
Yep.
Wow. So when we ref there, it's homecoming.
That's the alma mater.
Wow. Did you play basketball?
Yeah, my jersey's up there. No, I'm just kidding. No, I didn't play basketball. No, my athletic ability greatly increased post high school.
Okay.
Yes. Post high school. Oh my gosh. In high school, I think I tried out for 5 sports and I made 1.
Which one?
Soccer.
Yep. Okay.
Default though.
Well, Broomfield's known for soccer.
Well, I know, but I was a goalie.
Oh.
You got to have a minimum number of goalies.
Were you starter?
Yes, but for
Okay.
like the JV level.
Oh, okay.
And again,
Okay.
it's because you got to have at least that minimum number try out.
Okay.
And you got to have 2 on the varsity in
Okay.
case the main guy gets hurt during a game.
Okay.
So when you're the number 3 goalie that tries out, you're pretty much guaranteed a spot.
Yeah. So not much playing time.
I mean, I played every game.
Oh, okay.
Just for JV.
Okay. Okay.
Just did it for 1 year. And
Okay. Yeah.
That's enough.
Yeah. So what do you do for fun?
Basketball.
Yeah. It's fun.
Basketball is fun.
Still fun for you.
It is still very fun.
Yeah.
Yes. Even though it's much more of a time consumer now. Yeah.
So, we had Riley on the show yesterday, and he was telling me about all the road trips.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's a lot of windshield time.
There's a lot of windshield time. Yeah. Just this past weekend, I had to go to Scottsbluff, Nebraska, which isn't too bad. It's like 2.5 hours away.
I thought it was further.
It's not that bad.
Okay. Is it right on the border between Colorado and
more so the border of Nebraska and Wyoming?
Does Nebraska and Colorado share a border?
They do.
Okay.
They do. The little panhandle right in the corner.
I'm like, oh, great. I don't know my geography.
Yeah, we're going to have to edit that out.
Yeah. Work on that, buddy.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like north of the Colorado-Nebraska border, which is there, about 45 minutes.
So do you get a lot of fans? I mean, what's the environment like?
You can, but not often. So we went to Scottsbluff Friday. We were in Casper, Wyoming on Saturday. Depends on the town if you're going to get fans. You're not going to get any parents. You're very rarely going to get parents.
Makes sense.
Because most of these kids are from different states.
Sure.
Sometimes different countries.
Oh.
And so
is there a big international push?
There is. In junior college, there is. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah. There's a small one. It's called McCook Community College. It's in McCook, Nebraska. They're probably 2/3 of their team is from a different country.
Wow.
You get like Virgin Islands, you get Australia, you get Eastern Europe, you get guys from Africa, Asia, like they're from all over.
Wow.
And they're, because they're just looking for their chance to keep
playing
basketball.
That's true. Yeah. Pretty good athletes.
Yeah. Yes. Definitely a lot more kids go Division I from a JUCO than a Division II to a Division I.
Okay.
If you go to a Division II, you're generally going to stay there your 4 years.
Get your degree.
Yes.
Move on.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
Yes. Okay. There's very few people who are like a Derek White.
Who
plays for the Celtics now.
Mm-hmm.
Who,
before CU, where did he go?
UCCS. CU Colorado Springs.
Oh, okay.
Which is a Division II.
Okay.
He went there for 3 years. And then his last year was at CU.
Dang, I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But there's not a lot of kids who go D2 then D1.
Okay.
But there's a lot that go JUCO and D1.
So what's the path to D1?
As an official?
Yeah. Do you see the jump from like JUCO to D1, or you have to go JUCO D2 D1?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. You gotta hit every step on the way.
Okay.
You can kind of skip D3, which is kind of the default anyway, like in this part of the country, because we have one in the whole state. Colorado College.
Okay.
The only division.
Colorado Springs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's the only Division III we have.
Okay.
And there's
they're a big hockey school, right?
They are very big in hockey.
So they're not D3 in hockey.
I think they're D1 in hockey.
D1 in hockey. Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. They're always like Final Four.
Yeah.
Like
they're always up there.
Yeah.
But D3, I think, and everything else.
Everything. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's a big camp system. That's what summers are.
Why don't you do that?
Run a camp?
Yeah. Why don't you get in the camp business?
No. I don't like the camp. I don't like the camp model.
Why?
I mean, I love it for the learning and teaching aspect.
Mm-hmm.
But for some people in the industry, especially if depending on the level of experience they have, it's more of a money-making opportunity for them.
Mm-hmm.
Here's my name, here's my resume. Now, 50 of you pay me $250 so I can tell you a little bit.
Okay.
And I don't really like that aspect of it.
Okay. Yeah, I see that.
I get there's a business side to it,
Right?
For sure.
Yeah.
But yeah.
If you can get money to pay, people to pay for what value you offer, then why not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But some people sometimes feel a little handcuffed to go to some camps because people who are running those camps also assign.
Okay.
Camps.
I see.
So.
Yeah. So the camp model's not yours.
No, but that's just what basketball does.
Yeah.
That's how it's set up right now.
Yeah.
So yeah, you go to camps across the country, pay your $200 to $800 for the camp, and go run around for 3 days. Go referee.
Blow the whistle.
Yeah.
Yeah. And get evaluated. Okay.
But
that's probably the biggest value that you get, right? So.
Yes. At some of them, though, especially as you're kind of getting to the higher levels, it's not teaching at all. And you're not getting...
You should know your stuff by then.
Yes.
Right?
You're not getting the feedback from the evaluation. They're just watching you and they're making their own notes of like, nope.
Would we assign a game to this guy?
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's it. You're not getting really much feedback.
Yeah. I didn't understand that.
Can you do it or can you not do it?
Do you look the part?
Yeah. Do you look the part? That's big.
Yeah.
There's a lot of...
I don't look the part.
There's a lot of younger guys now who are just like they look like Division I athletes.
Yeah.
And that's just because that's kind of been the push.
Yeah.
They want you to look as close as you can to the athletes.
Is it just because you have that mutual respect? Like the athletes will respect you more if you look like them?
I think that's
like
some of it. The coaches, it makes an impact with the coaches. Like they're kind of like, okay, they're in shape. Or at least they look like they're in shape.
Right.
Maybe they're not.
Right.
But they look like it.
Right.
And with fans too, it's a lot of it is
optics.
Yes.
Yeah.
Optics.
I understand that. I do. I understand that. I respect that. I mean, you don't want, somebody that's not in shape that can't get up and down the floor with these athletes.
Right.
I mean,
because mobility and fitness, like it makes an impact for sure.
Sure.
It does matter, but I think there's been a very big push on optics the last couple of years. Just what do you look like?
That's kind of like the first filter. Yeah. If you don't look the part, then you can't really make it up with your skill level.
It's a big hill to climb.
Okay. Yeah.
It's a big hill to climb. Yeah. Especially if it's someone, who doesn't know you. It's their first time seeing you. So they don't know where your skill level is anyway. And so, I mean, obviously what's the first thing they see is just you.
Right.
So,
yeah. And it's not like you can be charismatic or anything because you're not talking a lot.
No.
It's not like you can talk yourself into, one of those opportunities.
No. Yeah.
It's all visual. It's Yeah.
Yeah. And then
I should have thought about that more.
It's a visual game.
It's a visual game. It is. Yeah. Interesting.
So yeah, you ref 2, 3, 4 days in a weekend, maybe 2 games a day, and you hope that you do good when someone's watching, or you hope that when you do good, someone saw you, but there's a chance they didn't.
So it's not like people are these evaluators or scouts. What's the technical term?
Well, there's like the
assigners.
Yeah.
So it's not like these assigners are watching video.
No.
That's like either they're there live or you just don't get seen.
Yeah. Sometimes you'll have like evaluators on the court. Some people that maybe they trust their opinion, but not always.
Okay.
Or, sometimes we just have a bad game or we have a bad moment in a game, like it's a fast game. We miss a lot.
Yeah.
You just don't want to miss the wrong thing
at the end of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those things that make the difference between a win and a loss.
A win and a loss. Yeah. Our game on Saturday, tie game, number 1 and number 2 team in the league. Season's not over yet. There's still 6 weeks to go, but the winner, the way the league works, the winner of the league gets to host the whole playoff tournament.
Big deal.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to host.
Yep.
You get the home court advantage. You get the first round bye.
Not traveling.
You're not traveling.
Yep.
Everyone
Huge
comes to you.
advantage. Yep.
Yeah. So this is number 1 versus number 2. We have a tie game with 0.2 seconds left. It's 92-92. And we got.
So at that point, you can only have a tip.
You can only have a tip.
Only have a tip.
Yeah.
I know some
Good
stuff.
little rules knowledge. Yeah. You can only
Yeah.
have a tip. Teams running in inbound, and one of the defenders kind of grabs a kid by the back of his neck and throws him down. And we got to go flagrant foul.
Oh.
0.2 seconds left.
Oh. Because it's a foul without it being a live ball, right? So
no, it's just an excessive foul.
It's just an excessive. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, his action was just, it was too much. Because we have to go to the whole monitor. We got to go look at it on replay.
Oh, you have that. Yes.
Yes, we do have that.
Yeah. Okay.
benefit.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Gosh, yeah. High school, that'd be.
You got a
You
shot
either see
clock.
it or
You
you
have
don't.
video. Yeah.
Yes.
You have all those. Yeah.
Yeah, we have a few more tools at our disposal, luckily. But yeah, we got to go and we look at the replay and we're like, well,
It happened.
I hate the timing of it.
Did you call it? Was it your call? Your PCA? Or was it obvious? Like,
well, none of us blew a whistle on it.
oh, none of you blew a
happened.
whistle.
No.
Oh,
No.
so
When it happened, I caught the tail end of it.
okay.
And there's a kid on the ground,
Oh,
face down on the ground.
okay.
And it's like, oh, I think something happened there.
Yeah, because it's probably not a small player, right?
No.
So yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
you got
I mean,
a
he's
6 foot something kid on the floor,
face down on the ground.
face down. Yeah.
Yeah.
Something happened.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so we go and look, and then we all get together before we tell the coaches, before we tell the table, any of that.
Mhm.
We talk it out amongst ourselves because the rules aspect of it.
Right.
And we're like, I hate the timing of it. We gotta
So
go.
the number 1 team fouls the number 2 team.
Yeah, and the number 1 team is the away team.
Oh, is the away team.
And we got to put a flagrant foul on them on the road with 0.2 seconds left. The home team gets to shoot.
Shoot
to
2 and the ball,
Yes,
right?
And to basically win.
Right.
2.
Yeah.
Because they're getting the ball too.
Right. Oh, so how'd it work out?
I mean,
You got the right call though.
we got the right call.
Yeah,
But understandably, that coach is not happy.
it's true. Yeah.
And he's got a big personality to start with.
Okay. Yep. Got it.
And I mean, he doesn't get the benefit of the replay in the moment. I'm sure he watched it a bunch on the way home.
Right.
But he doesn't get to look at it. We do.
Right.
So he's just kind of playing it back in his head, but maybe he didn't even see what happened either.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe, he might have been looking somewhere else too.
True. Yeah.
And again, they're coaches. That's his living. That's how he makes his money.
Yeah.
That's how he feeds his family.
That's true.
So they understandably get very passionate and emotional. And
yeah. Did you tee him up?
No.
That would have been like just salt on the wound, but yeah.
Exactly.
But
yes.
It was probably warranted.
I mean, I can't say 100% that the clipboard that went flying down was from him or not. I don't know. 100%.
Right over your head. Yeah.
Yeah. It might be 99.9% sure it was him, but I mean, it's just, it's just
so much riding on that one call.
Yeah. And explain it in a way that, hey, this is what it is.
Yeah.
We can't have a discussion about it.
Right.
I'll lend you an ear.
Were you the R?
I was.
Oh man. So you're getting all of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that, that comes with the responsibility of it.
Right. Right.
It's I'm like, hey, I'll lend you an ear. Don't cross a line. But I get it. You're mad. Tell me you're mad. Tell me how mad you are.
Yeah. I'll take it.
Yep.
Oh, what a tough position.
But,
is that one of your worst games?
I mean, it was actually a really fun game.
Oh, I bet.
It was really fun.
Yeah.
And then it just tested a lot of rules knowledge because there's a lot of rules when it comes to the monitor review. Things you can look at, things you can't look at, what you have to do with the clock in that case.
Right.
Because he fouls him before the clock starts, but then the clock starts. Just stuff like that.
Did you have a good crew?
Yes.
Yeah. That helps.
That helps a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you think about speaking of shot clock? high school's getting that in Colorado in the next year or two, right? Next year?
I think for big schools.
Okay. Like 6A?
If I remember right, I think 5A, 6A. Get it next year.
Okay. What do you think about that? Are we ready? Do we need it?
I don't know. I don't know if we need it.
I don't see where there's a problem. I don't see teams like maybe the last minute you'll see them, have a 5 out and they're just passing the ball to just waste clock. Maybe then, but usually that's like 10-point lead.
Generally,
you're just
you don't see a lot of
there's no value.
10 to 2 games and that's the final score.
Right.
So yeah, I don't know if it's necessary, but
is it harder to ref a game with a shot clock?
Maybe because I'm used to it. No.
Okay.
I mean, it's a learning curve for sure if you haven't done it before, because it's another thing you got to pay attention to. It's another thing you got to know the rules about. It's another person at the table you have to communicate with and be able to tell the rules to.
Oh, that's going to be a challenge at the high school level.
Yeah. Now they got to find someone else who's willing to volunteer their time.
And it's qualified.
Ooh. And can do it for home games.
Yeah. Because we're usually pulling a parent out of the stands to try to do, fill that spot.
Yep. So now you got to get someone else. And they have to learn the rules as best they can themselves. Then we have to know the rules so that if there's a mistake, we know how to fix it.
Dang.
Yeah. It'll be an interesting transition for sure.
And it's going to be expensive.
That's what I've heard.
What did we hear? Like for one district, it was like 700,000.
Yeah. It's like roughly depends on the school and like the gyms you have. Cause eventually it'll go to lower level too.
Oh, that's true.
Because
you can't have like a big jump like that from middle school to high school.
Yeah. You gotta help.
Yeah.
The freshmen also who are eventually going to play varsity, they have to be used to it. So you got to then get it in both gyms, all the games. Yeah, it's a pricey.
Maybe that's the business we go into.
I know.
That seems lucrative.
It is. Especially when a state's putting it in. Every school's got to have it.
That's some big money there.
Every school's spending.
Let's call it $1 million per district, and times how many districts in the state. I mean, geez.
Yep.
I want to be the brother-in-law on that deal.
Yeah, Daktronics is having a field day.
Is there just one brand?
They're like the big name I know.
Really?
Of. I don't know who else does like scoreboard equipment, but I know Daktronics is like.
That's the name. That's like the name. Okay.
I don't know.
Are they public?
I would assume. Maybe.
To look at their stock a little bit.
Take a peek at that.
So you don't think it'll improve the game?
I just don't know if it's necessary as much in like just our basketball.
Yeah.
I don't see it as a whole lot of stalling. The reason they put it in for higher levels, college, NBA, a long time ago, was get the points up.
Oh, they want to see more offense.
Yeah, exactly. So if teams are taking 2 minutes of possession, then you don't want that. You're not going to score as many points.
True.
You're going to have 45 to 35 is your final.
Right.
But if teams, you can only do 30 seconds in a possession. You're just going to have more possessions, more points.
Yeah.
More exciting.
Just it's the math in it. Yeah. Dang. Yeah, I think there's a business opportunity there.
I think so.
So do you, what's your like typical day? I mean, like, do you work out? Do you try to stay in shape? Do you eat right?
I mean, man, eating right. That's the hardest part. That's the hardest part.
I hate eating right.
Me too. I love food.
And Tiana's such a dang good cook. It's like, why did you fix that? Yeah. And I want to eat
goodness.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. That's the hard part. So yeah, I try to go to the gym. I mean, right now I'm just Mr. Dad.
Yeah.
Which has been great.
Yeah.
Which is even better when it's been basketball season. So I have a little more flexibility and freedom to officiate. But then it also just gives me the free time to, like go to the gym and do the stuff at home also.
So do you like make your lunch at home usually?
Usually.
Yeah.
Yeah. Try to, or just, leftovers from the night before.
Okay.
Try to be a little.
Who's the cook in your house?
Generally me.
Yeah.
Generally me.
Wow.
Brooklyn's got some stuff she can make. She's got some tricks up her sleeve.
Yeah.
For sure. But it's me. And some of that is just the timing of when she gets home from work and stuff like that. The fact that she's pregnant right now, has a little bit less energy.
Yep.
Is a little sensitive to some smells right now. Too.
Understandable. Mm-hmm.
That she doesn't.
What do you have to stay away from?
Like red meats.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's an unusual one.
Yeah. It was the same thing with our first.
Okay.
She could not really stand the smell of like red meat.
Oh, wow. Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh, like uncooked?
Uncooked or cooked.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's really unfortunate.
Ooh. Yeah. So what's left? Like, are you vegetarians? No. Okay.
Chicken, white meat.
Okay. The other white
pork.
Meat. Pork.
I mean, she still likes it. She can still enjoy the taste of it, of a steak.
Yeah.
Or, we got Chipotle last week and she got a steak bowl.
Oh.
But.
Didn't bother her?
No.
So like if you don't cook it in the house, maybe that's
I
it?
Guess. Yeah. Maybe more so the smell.
Yeah.
I mean, you get it a little bit if you go out to eat, but not necessarily as much. Unless it's like a steak house.
Right.
Then of course you're going to get it.
Right.
And then not as much this time, but with our daughter, coffee. She could not, and she loves coffee.
Oh.
She could not stand the smell.
That's horrible. Oh.
Yeah. Which, I mean, it's fine. I don't drink coffee either.
Yeah.
But I do love the smell of it.
Yeah.
So, like, when she makes coffee, I really like that.
Yeah.
But.
You're not like a caffeine addict?
No. I mean, these long road trips, I get some energy drinks.
Oh.
I knock some of those back. But no, like no coffee. Not a lot of sodas.
Okay.
Which that was a big thing too.
Yeah.
Back on that.
Yeah. I was a big time soda drinker. And then I just gave it up. Like cold turkey.
Like that, huh?
Yeah.
Good for you.
This was like a year and a half ago. 2 years ago. Like I'm just not drinking it.
Mm-hmm. Nice. That's good. Because that stuff can just get really between the caffeine and the sugar.
Yes.
Two very addictive things.
Yeah. I was like so into like Pepsi. Mm-hmm. And then I went to Diet Pepsi.
Okay.
And then I think I went back. So yeah, it was just a weird thing. Like, I don't know what it was. It was just maybe like a habit. It's like smoking. It's like always had needed something. Yeah.
There.
Oh, Dr. Pepper was, that was my.
Was it?
That was my drink. Oh, I love Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, something about that
glow.
Fluorescent green.
Yes, it's just
like,
stands
this
out.
This has got to be good for me, right? This is good for my body.
It made you feel color. So like, like invincible. It's like, yeah. So what do you cook? I mean, like, what's your favorite dish? Are you a good cook?
I don't know. I think I'm a good cook. I don't know. Brooklyn eats it. Mavis eats it, but she's 2. Okay. She can't complain that much.
Do you have people over and they're like, oh, this is good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Like, what do you like to cook?
Let's see. Brooklyn really likes this like spinach and artichoke gnocchi dish.
Yeah.
That I like to make.
A little potato pasta.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Some gooey cheese.
Mm-hmm.
But it's okay. It's healthy. It's got artichoke in it.
Yes, it's fine. Yeah. So is it like a red sauce or white sauce?
It's a white sauce.
White sauce. Okay.
Yep. It's a white sauce. Pizza. I like to make our own pizza.
Do you like, you ever do the carnivore pizza where you make like the crust out of chicken?
No.
Oh yeah. Look that up. Yeah. It's like pizza that's good for you. It's
just full of meat.
They blend up the chicken and make it into like a dough. And then that's your
pureed chicken.
Pureed chicken. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's like one flat chicken nugget.
Perfect. Mavis is going to love it. She loves chicken nuggets.
Right. Yeah.
She loves that.
Let's throw some pizza toppings on that. Yeah.
Good to go.
Yeah.
All right. I'll look into it.
So what kind of pizza? Like you go like gourmet pizza? Like
we can go some gourmet.
Yeah.
We like cheeseburger pizza.
Oh. So what kind of sauce do you use? Ketchup?
For that one? Yeah. Yeah.
Are you serious?
mix like ketchup and mayo.
Joking.
So it's almost like a burger kind of sauce.
Oh.
with you put a little hot sauce in there too.
Oh.
So it's almost, like a burger kind of sauce. That's the base.
Okay.
And then some ground beef, pickles, drizzle it with mustard.
How do you feel about
cheese,
hot pickles?
onion. About
like,
hot pickles?
Like not like spicy hot, but pickles that are warm.
Pickles?
Yeah.
I take them off at Chick-fil-A.
Oh, yes.
Take them off.
Same with me. No pickles.
Nope.
Yeah. Although I can do McDonald's. I don't know why.
Oh, okay.
I don't know,
maybe the chicken.
I was raised on that. I don't know.
Maybe. Yeah. It just feels familiar.
Feels like
you either get the cheeseburger with everything or you get nothing. So you got used to it.
But I don't think I could do the warm pickles. And I'm a pickle guy. Like I like pickles.
We have a pickle drawer in our fridge because of how much, especially Brooklyn likes pickles.
Oh, well, I can't do the sweet pickles. Oh, it has to be the sour.
That's what I like. Brooklyn, again, she likes everything. Like pickled okra. She's got a jar of those in there. Probably 6 other kinds of pickles. Bread and butter, dill, and then she got slices. She's got the chips.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I like the little dills that are nice and crisp.
Yeah. We got a whole pickle drawer in our fridge.
Are you a Clausen?
Oh.
Yeah, like
those ones?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's how I kind of prefer that. Like a big one. Yeah.
Yeah. Or the ones at like 7-Eleven. And like you can get
pickle in a bag or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Pickle. That's a legit snack.
Juice that's left in the bag.
Oh,
too.
Juice. Pickle juice. Yeah. I couldn't do it warm. I'd have to drink the juice first.
Yeah.
Yeah. So interesting. Any other dishes that because you can't like pasta and pizza. Is that it?
No, that's not it. No, that's it. That's all we do. Nothing but carbs.
Monday, Tuesday, and then we start over again.
And we circle back. No.
Lasagna?
We call it lazy lasagna.
What's that?
Instead of lasagna noodles that are boiled and layered and you spread the ricotta cheese and all that, you just get ravioli. And you layer ravioli with sauce. You still put some ricotta cheese and some cheese and stuff like that, but then you don't have to boil the noodles and they're not hot and you're not burning your hands trying to lay them nicely.
Yeah. Okay.
You just use ravioli.
I love that idea.
Frozen ravioli even, if you want. You can use fresh, but.
Wow.
And then you just bake it for 40 minutes.
That's what I'm talking about.
You don't have to worry about those big, crazy, floppy lasagna noodles.
Whoa.
Yep. Lazy lasagna.
I like lazy lasagna.
Mm-hmm.
So are you big you're ricotta?
Yeah.
Well, because it's in the ravioli, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Tiana's not a ricotta person.
No.
Anti-ricotta.
What do you use then in your lasagna?
Nothing. Just mozzarella.
Just mozzarella?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Some people use cottage cheese.
Oh.
But if she doesn't like ricotta, she probably doesn't really like cottage cheese.
Yeah, she's not a cottage cheese fan. Yeah.
That makes sense. Similar texture.
So do you do sausage, hamburger?
Generally with the lasagna, we keep it just veggie.
Oh, little veggie lasagna.
Little veggie lasagna.
So just cheese ravioli, sauce, and veggies, like spinach and...
Yep, some spinach, some mushrooms, some peppers. Yeah,
okay.
We keep that one veggie.
Okay.
Eggplant parmesan. That's a big favorite of ours.
Haven't tried that. Yeah.
I like it more than chicken parmesan.
Okay. Whenever you throw eggplant in there, I'm like, ooh.
I know, but it tastes similar. It's weird because it doesn't look
the
similar.
Same. I know. I've heard that before. It's the same thing. Yeah.
But yeah, enchilada casserole.
Yeah. Well, the enchilada casserole is like a California thing, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah. Because I made that once for Tiana and put black olives in it.
Okay.
She's like, no, don't ever do that again.
So that's what I say to Brooklyn. Keep me away from olives.
Yeah. No, you're not an olive fan?
No.
Oh. Even the green olives with like all the good.
Throw them all away. Nope.
Oh, not even black olives on pizza?
No.
Oh.
I know. We had a whole Brooklyn loves them. She has a whole olive tray at like Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Oh, yes.
The whole tray of different olives.
Yes.
Some are stuffed, some aren't. You know, you got the Greek olives and then you got the black ones. And
good stuff.
Nope.
No olives.
I accidentally knock it off the table every time. We don't need any of this. Oh, man. How did we get on this topic? Olives. Oh, my gosh. I do love cooking. So, but yes, I'm the cook. I'm the cook in the house.
Yeah. You ever thought about a career path in cooking?
Well, the hours aren't great. Well, as far as like a restaurant chef.
Yeah,
a traditional like chef.
Yeah.
Like,
But what about a restaurant?
Like working at a restaurant?
No, like owning one.
Oh, owning a restaurant.
Yeah.
My dad did tell me that when I kind of started this career path. He was like, you could just open like some franchises of something and just be, owner operator.
Right.
Well, you need a little bit.
You'd be the next Papa John's.
Get Peyton Manning on my side.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah. Get our guy from Thornton.
Yeah.
Lakers. Come back home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's too fancy now.
Yeah.
He's in LA.
Yeah, Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's coming back to Prairie View?
Probably not.
Probably not.
Yeah, that's true. Did he sign a big contract?
I don't know how big.
Look that up, buddy.
First round pick.
What has he got?
I would think it's decent.
What was he? 14? 13? No. 14th pick. Oh, 4-year, $18 million rookie contract.
That'll work. I'll take it.
So that's little over 4 a year.
4.5.
7.8 million guaranteed. Yeah. He's not coming back.
Nope. No. But he's just like middle of the pack in LA though. Jeez,
he might be.
Even if you aren't like
true.
a professional athlete, that's still like an okay LA salary.
Right. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Good for him though.
Yeah. He signed that in last year.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Okay,
so he's good for 4 years. Yeah. Is he starting?
Yeah, most of the time. He is starting.
How tall is he? He's 6'8".
He's probably around that. That's what I would guess. 6'7", 6'8". Yeah, he grew a lot.
Oh, okay.
From when I saw him.
Yeah.
But yeah, he put in the work. So
that's the deal. I mean, do you feel like
6'6"?
6'6"? That's smaller than I thought.
It is smaller. Usually in basketball they lie too.
So he might be 6'5".
You should say like 7 foot. That's what
right.
I could have been 6'4" if I played basketball.
That's true. Yeah.
At least on paper.
That's true.
Till they see me come out of the tunnel.
Yeah, I see some of those seniors and they're like 6'8". Like,
yeah,
you're not 6'8". Yeah.
Yeah.
What did I say? I was like, we're talking about height and then I forget.
I did too.
Yeah, he's not coming back. Oh yeah. You work out, so you're working out, you're eating well.
Try to.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then,
just because of what you do, or is it because you want to do it?
It's a little bit of both.
Yeah.
Again, I try to work out more so that I can enjoy food.
I like that.
Try to cancel it out a little bit.
Yes. Eat what you want, but I'm going to work.
Yes.
Try to work it off, which probably doesn't work out.
No.
I mean, you can't out exercise your diet.
I know. So I'm just trying to enjoy as much metabolism as I have right now before it catches up with me. Because it's gonna. I know that's life.
40. It stops. I feel like.
I know.
Yeah.
So I'm just
because you're what? You're
32.
30. Yeah, you got some time.
So I got some time, but it's there.
Yeah.
It's not as distant as it used to be though either. So I gotta start being a little careful.
Yeah.
But yeah, so gym, try to eat good. And then it's basketball. 3.
So you're like a watch video junkie. Like, are you?
I watch a lot of tape.
Do you?
I do.
Oh.
I watch a ton of tape.
On you or other officials or?
I mean, as much as I can me.
Yeah.
Because then I can kind of play back in my head. Okay, where was I looking during this play and things like that, and I can kind of critique myself a little bit.
Yeah.
But I mean, even if not, then other officials or just a D1 game that's on.
Right.
Try not to watch too much NBA because
it's a different game. Yeah,
they're trained differently.
Yep.
And the rules are different, and so I try not to watch too much of that because it's just not what I'm doing.
Right. Do you have a mentor?
I do. I've got some other people who are kind of at my level that we share a lot of plays and clips back and forth, and just like, all right, look how I screwed this one up. because that's most of it. There's very few clips we send where it's like, hey, I got this.
Oh yeah, look at this one. Yeah,
because they're like,
it's like your highlights.
Yes,
yeah,
exactly. They don't want to see that. They don't want that. They're like, no.
This doesn't help me at all.
Watching the game too. I'm going to show you this play you missed. But that's just because they're just trying to make me better.
Sure,
I do the same thing with them.
Yep.
But yeah, and then I have some mentors in the officiating world, and then even just some other resources I can go to. Some Division I guys who are up there.
Any local guys?
The main guy that I am able to talk to, he's in Spokane. He's in Washington.
Okay.
But at that level, they travel all over the country.
Are they like not Pac-12?
Not now.
No, what is that?
Well, now he does, his main conference is Big Ten.
Okay.
But Big Ten includes Oregon, Washington, USC, UCLA. So he's still able to get some West Coast games in.
Okay.
Even living in there. But, I can, not often because I don't want to bug him, but
right.
I can send him some stuff and
be
like, hey, what do you think of this? How can I get better at this goaltending play? How can I get myself in a better position so I can see this? Or
so at that point, are you just like those little adjustments like make the difference?
Generally,
wow.
Yes, it's a lot of little things. Because I don't know, in some ways things are set already.
Yeah,
like
right.
Like your personality and how you're going to handle conflict. You can learn different tips and tools, but some people just don't like conflict and some like it a lot. And so just learning what fits you.
Yeah.
And so you try to find and watch someone who's also similar to you as much as you can, both in like your like body shape and also in personality as much as you can.
Okay.
If I'm consider myself fairly laid back and not super confrontational on the court. And so I'm going to try to follow this guy because he's similar.
Okay.
Whereas some people are totally fine, like getting face to face and yelling at a coach or just being very loud and verbal on the court.
Yeah.
That's not me. So
okay.
I'm not going to try to watch those guys too much.
Right.
What they do is not going to fit me. I'm
right.
gonna look foolish if I try.
Right.
So,
right. Yeah. Yeah. There's some kind of a science behind it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you guys take like a behavioral assessment or try to figure out personality assessment? So
no, that's never kind of come out in any officiating world that I've been in.
Because you kind of want to have a little bit of everything, right? To cover everything.
Yeah.
Like not three personalities that are same. You want a well-rounded crew that can kind of see a different perspective. And yeah. I
think eventually though, that just gets to be too much behind the scenes.
True.
Probably for the assigner to be like, no,
because there's just so fluid. There's just so many.
Yes. Yeah. Instead, I just need the guy who can get to Montana on Tuesday.
Hope his car doesn't break down so we can have a
the
crew.
Guy who's fine driving 6 hours. Who's that?
Do you have mentors outside of basketball?
I do. Yeah, I have one guy in particular. Unfortunately, I've been able to talk to him a little less than I used to, just because he moved further away. So we used to meet fairly regularly, and just talk about life. He was the guy he was our officiant for our wedding, even.
Oh, okay.
Because he's known Brooklyn since she was, I don't know, like 11 or something.
Oh wow.
And so he's someone that I've been able to talk to a lot, just about a lot of different things in life, marriage and faith, and just being a guy and guy issues and things that we face and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
I think that's important to have, but it can also be intimidating to start up. And then it can be hard to sometimes be consistent with it, at least on my end.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
But I think it's super important to have. Yeah.
Are you a mentor for other people, like younger people, or you get involved that way?
No, I mean, I not particularly. I mean, we've, we help out with like
youth groups and things.
Yeah. We did that for 6 years.
Okay.
At a prior church. And the way that church was set up is you got the group of kids in 6th grade, and then you stayed with them until they graduated.
Oh, wow.
So you moved up with them instead of, some churches do the model of like, nope, you're the 6th grade leader. You just get a new batch of kids every year.
I like the model where you stay with them.
Yeah,
That's kind of cool.
You kind of follow them. And so, I mean, you know, a lot of kids move in and out, and especially once they kind of get to high school. Sometimes church and youth group drops off a bit. It's not as...
Why does that happen?
It's not the cool place to go, necessarily.
It's not the place to hang out on a Friday night?
No, not as much.
Okay.
But yeah, that was a pretty cool experience to kind of lead, because we had ended up with 2 kids that were there from 6th through 12th grade. My kind of co-leader and I, who like him and I are really good friends.
Okay.
I was the best man in his wedding. And so like and I didn't know him going into leading.
Oh, okay.
And so, I mean, I get to know him too and create a lifelong friend.
Yeah.
While also volunteering.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. That's awesome, man. I mean, for a young life, like 30, you've done a lot.
Try to.
Yeah.
Try to.
Yeah.
Gotta make the most of it.
Maybe have a little more fun. Like,
yeah.
This is, yeah.
For that.
Do you have hobbies?
I mean, I like to golf. I do enjoy golfing.
Are you a big golfer? I didn't know that.
I'm not good at it.
No, but you enjoy it?
I do enjoy it.
Yeah.
Who is good at it? I like the outside aspect of it.
Oh, okay. Okay. You're an outdoorsy guy.
Yes, I really enjoy it.
Oh.
And because I love hot weather too.
I love hot weather. You like humidity?
I'm okay.
So you're like an Arizona hot?
Yeah, I'm like an Arizona hot.
Okay.
Or,
right.
Yes.
Okay.
Like, because my dad's from the South. My dad lives in Florida.
Oh, yeah.
So he's a hot and humid
kind of
guy.
Yeah.
And I don't like that. I don't like the instant, feel like I need to take a shower right after I took a shower feeling of humidity. But yes, so I like it hot. So I like that, at least in Colorado with golf.
Yeah.
It's going to be summer. So it's 95 degrees.
Right.
And I'm outside and just enjoying the sun.
Yeah. Ooh. So do you get you have golfing buddies or?
I got some golfing buddies.
Yeah.
Yep. It's just, it's an expensive hobby, which I mean, most hobbies are.
Right.
But
yeah.
That's why they're hobbies and not lifestyles.
Are you getting better?
No. No, I'm not. But
so you don't take the getting better on the basketball side to getting better at golf?
It doesn't matter. Yeah. I can go once a year, and then come back and I'll shoot the same thing, or I can go 30 times in a summer, and then that following year I'll shoot the same thing. It doesn't matter.
I'm kind of like you in that. Yeah, it's like it's not a priority for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I enjoy it when I get out there.
Yeah.
Have a lot of fun.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to being better.
Right.
I wouldn't be mad about it, but it's just not in the cards, I don't think. Or if it is.
3 putts?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm okay with it.
It happens.
Hey, yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I like golf. We like to travel as much as we can, which that kind of helps having dad in Florida, mom in California.
Yeah.
We can kind of see different places.
Yep. Is there a bucket list location?
Well, we'd really like to go to Japan. We'd really like
That's hot and humid.
Is it?
I think so.
Okay. I would assume humid. It's an island.
That could be a complete lie.
I don't know about hot. I don't know about. I'm sure parts of it. I don't know. I know they got a mountain, big Mount Fuji volcano. So I don't know.
Yeah. That would be cool.
Yes. We'd like to go there. My family on my mom's side is Japanese.
Oh, wow. Okay. Okay.
So
So is there family there?
No, not anymore.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. My grandma she was born here, but her parents came here from Japan. I don't know, like a year before she was born.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Japan seems pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'd like to go there. I mean, I don't know. There's not a whole lot of places, at least me, maybe Brooklyn more so, but there's almost nowhere I wouldn't go.
You wouldn't go. Yeah.
I mean, I think there's something to see.
Russia?
Why not? Like, I mean, give me to like a city. I'm not trying to go to like Siberia. I'm not trying to get banished with a Yeti or something, but yeah, why not? I'll go to Russia.
Okay.
Maybe not in winter.
No.
That wouldn't be a whole lot of fun.
No.
I'll do it, I guess.
Yeah.
It's free.
That's true. Yeah. So you need to find a career where you can do that, get paid for it. I don't know, like there's not very many flights to Russia though. I
No,
wouldn't
but
think,
you can, like my dad, he works for
Yeah.
Delta.
Mm.
He's a flight attendant.
I like Delta.
Delta's a
That's like
great
bougie.
airline. They're
Like
a great
airlines.
airline. It's not ideal for Denver because you're gonna have a layover unless
Oh.
you're going to one of their cities.
Oh, okay. Denver's not a hub for Delta. Oh,
No. Salt Lake is.
no, it's close.
It's close,
Mm-hmm.
but
Hmm.
if you're a flight attendant, you got to commute to Salt Lake.
Yeah, that could be problematic.
That's what he did for a while when he started.
Okay.
He was living in North Carolina, but he was based in Atlanta.
Oh,
So
yeah.
his drive to work was flying to Atlanta. And you don't get to pick where you're based initially.
Okay.
Like if you're with Delta, like another big hub of theirs is like New York, JFK.
Mm.
So I could live here, get hired by Delta, and they say, okay, JFK is your base.
So you're constantly flying out that way. Is it free?
It is.
Yeah, you
but
just
standby.
Oh.
Unless
Ooh.
you're flying for work,
Okay.
obviously, then you get these things called jump seats.
Yeah.
So you can do.
So you're
that.
like, yeah, I'm working today, so give me a jump seat.
Give me a jump seat, and
Okay.
then you sit with the flight attendants, and then
Oh, okay.
don't have to worry about standby.
Oh, okay.
But then him and my stepmom get to travel for free.
Not a bad gig.
No, it's not.
Mm. But you're like working holidays and weekends. I mean, that's tough.
You are. He gets to schedule a month at a time.
Okay. You can plan it. Yeah.
He gets it on the 18th for the following month.
Okay. That's not bad.
But there's a lot of trading and swapping. They do a lot of internal boards.
Okay.
Then you try to find someone as much as he can, he tries to get Denver layovers.
Right.
Because
yeah.
my sister and I are here.
Okay.
So there's a lot of trading and swapping that can be done.
Oh, that's cool.
Manipulate your schedule.
Oh. Game within the game.
Yeah. Or if there's somewhere you want to see, like I only want to go, it's January. I want to go where it's warm. I want a lot of trips in Arizona and California and Texas.
Right.
Don't send me to Boston. You can do it.
That's awesome. Wow.
But yes, a lot of holidays.
Well, this has been interesting. Yeah, I learned a lot about you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so cool. So cool. And then you got like this blank canvas, all the opportunities that you could want. And, this is the time to do it, take the risk.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, that's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah. So, well, I appreciate you being on, man. This has been a lot of fun. And, is there anything else you want to cover that I didn't ask you?
No, I enjoyed it a lot.
Okay. All right. Well, cool. Well, we'll end it at that and appreciate you being on our show.
All right. Thanks.
All right, man.